My project centers around standards-based grading. Standards-based grading is something that I've been a part of for the past probably 5-6 years. It was our district project last year with the Next Gen Academy with the district. So I decided to continue that when I got a part of the lab. So I have a few goals. And this year with my project, I'm hoping to branch out into the English language arts. I'm a math teacher, and because I'm a math teacher, everyone in my district thinks, oh, I can see how you can do it in math, but not what I do. Not social studies, not science. Thankfully this year I have a science teacher who came on board as a result of some trainings we did in our district last year. So our biology teacher is now implementing standards-based grading, and our juniors are mad. Our juniors are so mad because the sophomores get all of these retakes and they get to focus on learning targets. That's not fair, they got to do that, we did. So I love to hear that kids get mad over something that a teacher has done, because that shows me that they find value in the system, and it shows me they wish that they had that and had that opportunity to, look at their mistakes and learn from it. But you can see that's one of my goals. I'm also hoping to expand standards-based grading in all 5 schools in our district. Currently it's at the high school, it's at Sayersville Grade School and North Magoffin, just tiny pockets. I'm hoping that these pockets can get much bigger and much deeper. And within 2 of the elementary schools, I'm very confident in the 2 teachers that are there that with the development of this professional action network, that they become stronger leaders. They are willing to share anything that they have. They are the sweetest people. So I'm really fortunate that they have caught on. One of them is almost a very brand new teacher. She's just her 2nd year of teaching, and she is phenomenal with sharing, and I love the fact that she bit onto something so innovative and so new that no one else in her building was doing. So she's a really good person. Her name is Marissa Brown, works at Sayersville Grade School. But my goal is to get 2 other schools. Our middle school, I'd love to get someone in there who's willing to take a bite into this. And everyone thinks it's a bunch of work, and you can see on the front of the pamphlet it says simplifying grading. It's not complicated. Everybody thinks it is, but I want people to see that it's just simplifying the grading and it's just clarifying learning, and that's really what the system is all about. As far as reaching our ELA teachers, our assistant principal just came back from an assessment conference, and while he was there, he attended a session on standards-based grading. It was presented by a language arts teacher, and he has contacted her and already has it rolling that she's going to come to our school and work with our staff. Our English department already has had a PLC, and they've already formulated a lot of questions that they have for her. How would I do this and how would I do that? Because they've talked to me, but they haven't really been able to look at their content and their standards and figured out how are they going to put that in Infinite Campus, and how they're going to tackle the retakes and how they're going to tackle the learning targets and all that. So anyway, that's going right now. We're also looking to just let the teachers who already have it rolling share what they have. This network hopefully will be a platform, and right now it's just whoever wants to come. Our first meeting was pretty small. Hoping in the next meetings that'll be larger. Sayersville Grade School has a principal who's very interested in getting this rolling, so I'm hoping that he will encourage his staff and select a few. We're going to start working there and get that going just slowly. We're hoping to work all year long, not to start anything this year, just get things ready for next year. And the teachers at the other schools who are already rolling are going to come in and share what they have learned. I'll share what I have learned, and I'm hoping to attend all of the meetings with the Jessamine County teacher who's going to come in and consult with us to learn that side, so I can then look at her expertise and say, hey, it's not just math. So anyway, that's what's going on. I love this grading. If I worked for a principal who told me to go back, but I don't, he supported me before he even knew about it, and he's sitting back there, and I'm very thankful for that, because it changed really everything about how I teach.
Does he park wherever he wants to?
But without him really believing and having faith in me bringing something new that has like, hey, I learned about this, can I try this next year? Sure. He had faith in me, and I really respect that he had faith in me to do that. And because of that, we have other teachers who are doing things, who are just being really innovative, and their kids are learning. And like I said, we have the junior class mad as heck because of biology. So that's all I have. Any questions?
Yeah, do you have a history teacher in your building?
No social studies. That ELA and social studies where I'd like to get some people getting their feet wet in.
We have one history teacher at the junior level that's doing that.
Okay.
So
I will like to get that contact info from you.
Give him this brochure and have him email as well.
Okay, I appreciate that. Thank you, Mark.
Do you go to other schools and do session? I know you're a classroom teacher, so it's so hard for you to get out of the classroom. But
I'm very protective of my time.
Right.
I wouldn't mind doing some after school.
After school.
You talked about you did the thing at the institute.
Yes, at the KVEC Institute this summer, I did 2 different 3-hour sessions.
And we hope to get
And
her
so we're going to
again.
do that again this summer?
Yes, we are.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the 2-day training that I did within our district last year was, it was both work and learning, like we talked about this part, and then we went over to the computers and the teachers got that ready. They got pre-assessments ready, their learning targets. They were ready to go with their first unit at the end of that 2-day training.
And so it can be compatible with Infinite Campus.
That's what we're doing. We actually,
That's a major concern.
Marissa Brown, she, now with this new Infinite Campus, do you know that you can go in and change your scale? You do not have to select district scale. She created her own scale. She does standard-based grading with a 0 to 4. We're really 1 to 4, no zeros. Read Marzano, he'll tell you about the power of a 0. But the 4 is basically the 100. She didn't feel comfortable giving a 3 out of 4 and that being a 75%. Because the way Infinite Campus is set out, we want our kids to be a 3. 3 kids are programmed, that's proficient, that's where we want them. So she went in there and redefined every percentage, and you can do that. You can author your own grading scale. And that's some work that she's done that we want to share and get out there. Marissa Brown at Sandersville Grade School.
Jennifer, I was superintendent in Jessamine when we moved
Yes.
the elementary through high school in Sanders Base, and our teachers wouldn't go back and our students wouldn't be there. You might mention it's a pretty big shift for families and parents to kind of get their mind around it.
It is a big shift, and it comes from, but I've had the best support, because when a parent comes to me and they say, what can my kid do? I said, do you see everything that's a 1 or a 2? They can redo all of that. And when they hear, you mean my kid can do all that? I was like, yes, but they have chosen not to practice. And they have chosen not to come see me at 7:30 or during my planning or at 3:15 or during break. So I offer a lot of extra time. It doesn't bother me to offer that. There's some yesterday mornings in at 7:30 working on some learning targets from a student who's in a geometry class. And just to let you know, our 5th grade teacher at North McGoffin, the 5th grade teacher implemented standards-based grading last year. That 5th grade class, now the assessment data is out, showed the most growth of any group in that school. And she thinks it's all on standards-based grading. Our high school showed a lot of growth. This is the first year all math teachers who were teaching Algebra 2 implemented it, and we showed growth there also. So there's proof in some numbers. That's some data we're going to do. And another thing we're going to do with data is take a look at the assessment scores and look at grades and show how we have students who are leaving our classrooms with A's who are scoring apprentice, and try to look at those numbers and how that's panning out so that teachers realize that grades are really doing more harm for learning and not promoting learning. And we want to kind of take a look at that when we work within our pan at the grade school. You had a question?
One question I have is, like the assessments you use with your standards-based grading.
Yes.
What kind of control level have you put those through to make sure that they are like laser-like focus on that standard? Is there work with that?
It is something that just within our math department we have done. We have taken a look at, obviously, the EOC released items, and anytime we write, because clearly our assessments are created by us. There is no standards-based grading assessments out there. Nothing comes out of a textbook for our kids. So what we do is we look at the standards, we look at the examples out there, and we take those and we type them and edit our own documents with those examples. And with math, that's what makes it a little bit easier. That's why everybody thinks it's easier, because we can change some numbers around and it's still the same concept, or we can ask the question with a different number or scenario, and it totally allows us to have multiple chances for students to prove their learning. But yeah, you got a question, how are we vetting these? That's why I'm hoping if we have more people that we can network with, we can then collaborate more and say, yes, this is what mastery looks like for this standard or versus that. And that's something that also within our PAN, we want to make sure we have some sort of calibration going on between the 5th grade teacher at North McGoffin and the 5th grade teacher at South McGoffin.
Any more questions? Thank you. Very good.
Thank you.